You're welcome back. It's still Daybreak here on Trust TV, and it's time to get your thoughts on our topic of discussion this morning. If you're just joining us, oh well, it's the phone-in segment, so I believe you came in just at the right time where you'd get to hear your thoughts on the show this morning. Now, today we're tackling the tough issues affecting our nation. As Nigeria continues on its path of economic reforms, many citizens are eager to see tangible progress in their daily lives. Now, from the struggling small business owner, like we saw in the report before we went on break, where business owners were complaining about how difficult it is to make profits and products due to the increase in cost of commodities and also increase in transportation. So it's quite difficult to make profits to sustain yourself, and some, they're not even able to sustain the businesses anymore. Now, from struggling small business owner to families struggling to make ends meet, Nigerians are crying out for attention to critical sectors that impact their well-being. So, sectors like agriculture, manufacturing, education, health, and so much more, are sectors that Nigerians are raising their brows to. But as a Nigerian, we would love to hear your thought. What sector do you think, needs to be worked on? Share your thoughts and experiences on these critical sectors. What do you think are necessary to drive growth and improve lives in Nigeria? Call in, send us a message. The phone lines will be displayed on your screen shortly, and we look forward to hearing your thoughts and your opinion. State of the nation, we're looking at the state of the nation. What sectors do you think, needs to be worked on? What changes do you think are necessary to drive growth and improve lives in Nigeria and the lives of Nigerians in the long run? What sector do you think the government is overlooking that is critical to building the nation and empowering the people? The phone lines are open. Let's hear your thoughts. The numbers are shown on your screen. Let's hear your thoughts. Now, we see, corruption is something that is eating deep into Nigeria on a daily basis. The government looking well into that. Manufacturing sector, we're talking about how Nigeria is an import-dependent nation, and with the border, restrictions that are on the border, with President Buhari completely closed the border, and then there are certain restrictions now with tinubu. Though smuggling still occurs, even if they refuse to accept. How is this affecting Nigeria? A boost in the manufacturing sector, would it make any difference to the economy? Do we have an enabling environment for manufacturing to thrive? Education, we see that out-of-school children are rising and increasing on a daily basis. What needs to be done? Trade and healthcare system. Agricultural sector is plagued by low productivity and high wastage of produce, leading to food insecurity. This is as a result of insecurity, cost of transportation, and cost of moving products from one place to another. These are just but to point and to list a few. But as a Nigerian, we want to hear your opinion. What sector do you think needs to be worked on differently? What sectors do you think the government needs to look critically into? Well, the phone lines are open, and join us as we delve into these pressing concerns and explore potential solutions based on what you've said. Now, we also have infrastructural developments. What's the state of Nigeria's infrastructure? What are immediate steps that the government can take to improve roads, electricity? We saw that there was a recent grid collapse, the 10th actually, in the nation. And we also saw that the North is just recovering from over 3 weeks, almost 4 weeks blackouts that affected businesses and led to massive loss of income to the nation. So we'd also love to hear your thoughts. Transportation system. How can local and foreign investments contribute to the sector of infrastructural development? We also have youth empowerment. With a growing population of young people, what policies do you think the government should prioritize to empower Nigerian youth, especially in terms of skills, development, access to education, job creation? I always say we have lots of young minds in Nigeria, and the young people are a ticking time bomb because they are young, they are energetic, they are ready to work, they are interested, they have that energy. How is the government harnessing this young population, to the betterment of the nation? How can they be harnessed, differently? What is the government missing out on when it comes to the young population we have in Nigeria today? We also have social services and welfare, judiciary and the rule of law. What roles does the judiciary play in Nigeria's fight for justice and fairness? And how can its independence and efficiency be strengthened to ensure that the rule of law is upheld? Tech and innovation, that's also an aspect of the nation to, how can Nigeria leverage its growing tech ecosystem to drive economic growth and development? and what steps are needed to ensure a thriving innovation environment. These are some areas that we're throwing questions open to you. So do well to call in. Let's hear your thoughts. Let's hear your opinion. Let's hear your suggestions. What areas do you think the government needs to shine more light in that would empower Nigerians and build the nation? We have our first caller this morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Good morning. Do we still have our caller on the line?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Tabitha. I'm calling from Taraba, to be precise, Bukari.
All right, thank you. You're our first caller. You're also our first female caller this morning. So go ahead with your thoughts.
Yes. It's my first time calling, even though I've been following up for a long time.
Thank you so much. So let's hear your thoughts. What's your thought on our topic of discussion this morning?
My take on this topic of discussion is, if you look at all the sectors, they all need critical attention, right? Looking at the situation of the country, the economy at large. But if we look at agricultural sector, it is going to help a lot. Looking at the hardship, the hunger, the lack of food scarcity, all these things. If the government would put more this thing into the agricultural sector, see how it will be improved, looking at the way the flooding have caused so many these things on people's farm, especially this year. So for the government should look into the agricultural sector. It's going to help a lot, and it's going to boost our food production.
Absolutely.
And it's going to it's going to bring so many people into agricultural sector. We have land in Nigeria, so many cultivating lands, and we have so many crops that can be cultivated that it can boost our economy and our food production. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I love the fact that you spoke in detail on agriculture and the importance of agriculture to Nigeria. Thank you so much. It works hand in hand with manufacturing. If we produce our own food. And thank you so much for calling, all the way from Taraba. It's your first time. I wish we could give you like a round of applause or something, but it's good to have you. That was our first female caller calling us this morning, and it's her first time on the show. Felt so warm hearing her thoughts of view where she spoke on agriculture, which is something that the government should look into. When there is food, the people are happy. When food is affordable, because we're producing it in Nigeria, and there's also good roads to transport it from one place to another. If people eat, people will not have a problem. So
Hello.
Food should be made available. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning. I'm Amina Saidu from Kaduna.
Amina Saidu, it's good to have you on the show again this morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for your good work. You've been doing great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead with your thoughts.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Okay, my take on this topic, I think every aspect of Nigeria sector in Nigeria seems to be down now. And if we have to be truthful to ourselves, the first and what we should prioritize in Nigeria now should be security. When you talk of agriculture, with the insecurity in Nigeria, you cannot get anything until the insecurity is being improved. Because you have so many people that can't go to the farm now. They are scared of going there because of being kidnapped or because of banditry. So how do you will the agricultural sector grow when people cannot go out to their farms? Then you come back to power. Every day, I will say, I will not even say every month or every week again. It's like every day we expect collapse in our grid. Because I was laughing a few days ago when they took light and the children say, national grid collapse again. Very little children, they just shouted national grid collapse again. So you can imagine, when you are talking of empowering the youth, most of the youth are out there doing one thing or the other that is connected to power. And this power is not there. They don't have the money to go for either generator or go for something that will empower, that will power their business. You see that these youth now are being left on the street doing nothing because there's no steady power supply. And at the end of the month, you have no light, no power supply. At the end of the month, you are given an exorbitant bill to pay. So how will you empower this youth? Most of these youth are really out trying to make ends meet. But unfortunately for us, we have a system that is killing their talent, a system that is making all those that are out to make ends meet, making them killing their talent. We should look at all these places. Power security, I think, is a major thing. Then the petroleum sector. There's nothing, no matter what you do today, as far as the price of petrol keep going up, everything will keep going. Everything will keep going higher and higher. And I don't know what the government is doing about it. Sometimes you see increase on the price of petrol, and the federal government will tell you they don't even know. And we have a president that is the minister of that same sector. He's telling us they don't know. So you begin to wonder if we know what we are doing. Sometimes I get confused. I ask myself, are we really doing what we are supposed to do? Do we know where we are heading to? Are we pretending not to know, or we know and we just want people to suffer? The government should look into these three sectors. First, security. Second, power. Then petroleum. If security is being fixed, I'm very, very sure that the agricultural sector will be okay. And if the power is fixed, the issue of empowering the youth, I'm sure 50% will be taken off the neck of the government, because there are many of these youth out there looking for something to do and have something to do, and it has to do with power supply, which is not forthcoming.
All right. Thank you.
So please, I think these three sectors, if they are being looked into, I'm sure things will be a little bit better. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amina Saidu.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. I love the energy you always come with, and I love the pointers you make, and it's really, really eye-opening. You know, it is really true when it comes to security, power, and, you know, these are sectors you can't even take out. If the nation is not safe, how are people going to go to their farms? I mean, we just had a report just here right now where people in Benue were complaining that they can't go to their farms anymore because people are being attacked in the farmlands. So how is that meant to be fixed? How is agriculture and food production meant to be fixed if the farmlands are not safe? Let's take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, madam.
Good morning.
Mr. Paul, I'm calling from Makodi.
Mr. Paul from Makodi, it's good to have you this morning. Thank you for joining us. How is Makodi this morning?
Makodi is cool. No problem.
All right. So is the Hamatan drifting in there gradually? Because it looks like Abuja is starting to experience one.
Yes, Makodi. Hamatan has started in Makodi too.
All right. That's
when I stopped for more than 3 weeks ago now, we have not seen rain. So the weather has changed to Hamatan weather now.
Oh, we'll take that up with the universe for not sending us rain for our farmlands. All right. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Yes. Thank you very much. Our nation, we need prayer. Without prayer, nothing can work out. Either as a Christian or as a Muslim, we need prayer so that this nation we can have it back. Because right now, the nation is almost slipping out of our hand because of the way things are going. The callers that people that have been calling before me, they have been talking concerning agriculture. It's very, very important that the government should look into that agricultural sector. But without this security, agriculture cannot thrive. Like in Makodi that I am now, this Benue state, people cannot go to their farm except all these backyard farm. That is where people can easily go. In Gwe West local government, if you want to go to the farm, you must hire the service of military men. Without them, you cannot go. If you go, you are going there to risk your life. You may go and not come back. You may be kidnapped, you may be killed by these herdsmen. So, if we are talking about agriculture without security, there is no result that we can get from there. So people that goes to that farm without going with either mobile policemen or military, you may go and not return. So if you are looking for food and your life is at risk, I think there is no need for that. So our government should try and do something concerning that, so that let the Fulanis have where they can train their cow, and let the farmer have the way to produce food, so that we will not be in hunger. Even though we have the money and without food to buy with it, the money is useless. Then secondly, on the issue of the petroleum sector that they are talking about, before these people came on board, as they were removing the subsidy, Tinubu was telling us they are going to put the refineries in order. I don't know why up till now nothing is working concerning the refinery. I don't know if the money to fix those things that are required in the refinery is what we don't have as a country, or maybe those things are not available where they're supposed to get them. I don't know. Yeah, he promised us, they say before a year, everything will be all right concerning the petroleum sector. But up to this moment that I'm talking to you now, there is no any green light. In my country now, we are buying fuel no less than 1,300, 1,400 naira in the filling station. Is that how we will continue? If we continue like this, the country is going to hit a rock. We don't pray for that anyway, but we need to do the needful, so that things can work well again. Because all these sectors we are talking about, without the petroleum sector being properly fixed, I don't think we can have any result. Now, yesterday I had Dangote, spokesperson, saying if they imported any fuel that is cheaper than their own is inferior. Where did he get that? Who gave him that information? If there is competition, if you can get a goods that is cheap and it can help you, why will somebody be countering that if they brought any food out of the country from into the country at a cheaper rate than their own? That means it's inferior. How and why? So we need to be truthful to each other. If not, nothing will work out for us.
All right, Mr. Paul.
You'll be buying fuel at 1,400 naira per liter, and we say we are going somewhere. In Makoli now, the shortest journey that you can go with your car now is at from 200 to 250. No matter from a pole to pole. And you can't blame those Okada guys too. What they are not using blood. It's fuel they are using.
Oh, they are using, yes, absolutely.
So I think well, it's only God that will help us, my sister.
Yeah. Well,
thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Paul. At the end of the day, we just have to, say God bless Nigeria, because, God really has to bless Nigeria at this point in time. Journeys on bike that used to be 100 naira, 50 naira, you're paying 300, 400, you're paying 200, and it's quite alarming. And like he said, you can't blame them, because they are not running their bikes on water or blood. They are running their bikes on fuel, and they are buying it at an exorbitant rate. They need to buy the fuel. They need to earn a living at the same time. All this put together. But it's safe to say that the problems and the state of the nation in Nigeria is interwoven. Well, let's take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Hello, good morning. Please, can you turn down the volume of your TV set and talk to us through your phone? All right, we lost the call. Please, we would love to hear your thoughts. So if you're calling back, kindly turn down the volume of your TV set. Talk to us through your phone. Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, I can hear you. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead with your thoughts while you tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, my name is Mbede Gideon. I'm calling from Benue State.
Mbede Gideon, it's good to have you all the way from Ben Makodi.
This is Otukpo.
Otukpo. Oh, that's good. All right, go ahead with your thoughts.
Thank you. Nigeria, in fact, the sector that need much attention in Nigeria now is the security aspect. Like a lot of persons have been calling and I've been hearing them talking about security. It's the same thing everybody's experiencing in every part of this Benue State. If I thought the farmers can go to the farm, how will they feed? If I thought you cannot go to the market or travel from here to your village, then how do you live? How do you see your people? So it's a very bad something. The security architecture of this country is not, permit me to say, it's not very okay. And the president needs to work on that. That's my take.
Thank you very much, Mbede, for going straight to the point on your opinion. It's good to have your thoughts on the show this morning. Thank you for calling. All right, now, yes, he said security. And yes, it's a ripple effect. If farmers can't go to the farm to farm and produce food for the nation, we're going to have shortage of food. And then we're going to have increase in cost of food. Thereby, people won't be able to, even with your money, you can't even buy the food because it's not available and the prices will be outrageous. Let's take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah?
Good morning. Please, can you turn down the volume of your TV set and talk to us through your phone? Okay. Do we still have the caller on the line? Okay, do well to call us back, and do not forget when you're calling, kindly turn down the volume of your TV set. Talk to us through your phone.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Comrade O. Alapa. I'm calling from Benue State, Makurdi.
Good morning, comrade. It's good to have you with us. How is Makurdi?
Makurdi is fine, very beautiful.
Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. All right, go ahead, comrade. The weather is nice, the Harmattan. You are one of those that like Harmattan?
Yes. Yes, he's coming. He's very nice.
All right. All right. Thank you very much, comrade. Now, go ahead. What's your thought on our topic of discussion this morning?
My contribution, I have one question to ask. Whatever people have been calling this situation, is it the federal government is listening to us? The government, are they here to listen to what people are contributing?
Do we still have comrade on the line? Because there was an abrupt cut there.
Hello?
Yeah, comrade, go ahead.
Okay. So I want to know, like in terms of security, there is no guarantee. Like there's somebody in Bede who called from Otupo, Benue State. That is my hometown, but I stay in Makurdi. Like in our hometown, there is kidnapping, bandits, and everything. One is not safe, even his own personal house. The government should wake up and do something in respect of that security. Nobody goes to farm. In Benue, this year, since our fund has grown in Benue, this is only you buy a 1 2 bags of yam, 2,000, do something, because people are not going to farm because of the insecurity.
Okay.
So it's so pathetic. People are not going. You can't go. You are not safe even in your house.
Yeah.
And then in terms of the condition that we have now in Nigeria, formerly, where I live in Makurdi, from my house to town is 100 naira, but now it's 800. In Keke, Okada will charge you 1,000.
All right. Thank you very much, comrade, there for your thoughts. You know, it's good to have your eye-opening contribution on the show this morning. Thank you for calling in. All right, that was comrade there from Makurdi, you know, telling us about, you know, he's saying security is something that still needs to be looked into because security spirals across. One other thing, you know, as I mentioned, was an enabling environment for youth to thrive. Most youth are doing businesses that are hinged on electricity. Hence, she also mentioned electricity. We can, at this point, national grid collapsing is like, oh, okay, NEPA is taking light, or the power is out. It's no longer the grid has collapsed. No, power is just simply out, and it's probably the grid as they just turned it off, or it just collapsed as usual. Nigerians, it's like music and regular news to the ears. All right, let's take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? All right, we lost that call. Well, you know, to wrap up now, you know, when it comes to Nigeria, the issues that the government needs to work on are a lot. But at this point in time, there are certain sectors that could be worked on that could change the lives of people if these sectors are being worked on and people can earn a living for themselves. If an enabling environment is being created, if people's safety are being assured to carry out the businesses, if electricity, which is also part of an enabling environment, is being created, you know, the pump price is being looked into. So many such things, you know, there's safety and security where people can go to farm, produce food for themselves and sell some to make a living. You can run your business, you're sure that there's electricity for your business to run safely, or even if there is none, you could run on generator because, you know, the pump price is friendly enough. And there are also structures and reforms in place or policies in place that will enable your business. I believe if people are given the opportunity to work with an enabling environment, with safety, and they can earn money for themselves to afford the life they deserve, that is a starting point. for the nation to be able to function before we have other sectors that could be built on in the long run. But we hope that the government has a plan, to create an enabling environment and reduce the hardship on the people. So we're watching it and we're seeing how it's all going to play out. And at the end of the day, all we can say is God bless Nigeria. Well, we've come to the end of this phone-in segment. To all our callers who called in this morning, we appreciate your time and your contribution. But we're going on a quick break. When we get back, we're going to go into our discussion segment. We'll be talking about the U.S. election, comparing it with Nigeria, and some other detailed conversation we'll be having. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.